I would like to go to the most beautiful, sexy division in the entire NFC, the NFC North. Oh, everybody's favorite frozen tundra. Please pick a team in the NFC North. Who would you like to talk about? You have to, yes.
Dude, can we just skip this segment? This is...
You are required...
If you literally make me pick one of these teams, I am going to add this to my case.
Oh, what? Are they going to bring this up in court? Like, he made me talk about the Lions? And I didn't want to.
Look, I'm going to have my lawyer bring up that you call Kirk Cousins a big quarterback, because I know you will.
How dare you read ahead in my notes, you sick man.
Anyway, so I was talking to you beforehand. Some people consider Pennsylvania to be a Midwest team, but if we're talking about Midwest football, the NFC North, the two Pennsylvania teams, and the Colts, crap is king, man. I have one team of all of those that I would genuinely say I like, okay? Wow, and especially considering, it'd be one thing if we still had college football, but the Big Ten, they're not even going to have college football. So think about it. All those, fans of Midwestern NFL teams, well, they have to suck it up and just root for their crappy team. They don't have Ohio State or Michigan to fall back on. No, you're stuck. You're stuck with it. You're stuck, and you can't come to the Cowboys and bandwagon. No, you're stuck where you are, man.
Chance just dunking on the entire Midwest football culture right now.
I gotta pick a team here.
Yeah, you have to pick a team. You're required by law to pick a team right now.
All right. Well, let's just get the worst out of the way.
Okay. You're gonna have to be a bit more specific, but okay.
So let's go with a team you're probably more familiar with than I am.
Oh, here we go.
Detroit Lions.
Full disclosure, people, I live in Michigan. I literally live 25 minutes away from the Lions Stadium.
I will say this. It's very fitting that they're owned by the Fords, because when you think of Ford, you think of a car that's going to break down easily. Well, the Detroit Lions are a football team that they break down very easily and often. You disagree, Mr. Michigan Man?
This is a perfect time to reveal that today's episode is sponsored by Ford. Ford, it breaks down easily.
Yeah.
You know what? The Lions, they are such a weird team. Like, in all brutal honesty, they are a weird team. Like, they are in this kind of weird position where they're, like, trying to get better, and the fan base has been arguing for years that they need to just blow everything up and fire their owner. Well, you can't fire an owner. You got to sell the team. But, like, they are just in such a weird kind of place as an organization. Like, it's so hard to describe to somebody who doesn't live there like you or the listeners. Just like going through everyday life here and just listening to people talk about the Lions or just sports in general. I mean, people up here act like the sky is falling constantly.
Well, it seems to me, outside of looking in, because I don't live in Michigan, what the Detroit Lions are going to do is disappoint you and trade away their best players.
Yeah, because they traded away Darius Slay to the Eagles. And, Darius Slay maybe had some issues with the Lions' new head coach, Matt Patricia, and it feels like a lot of players have some issues with that man, just pointing that out. Main piece of evidence, I point to that article that came out the first offseason after Patricia took over, where a bunch of anonymous Lions players were complaining about what he was making them do in workouts, and they said, he's making us run in the heat. And they were very upset that he was making them run outside. And I'm like, wow. This marriage is off to like the rockiest of starts possible. And it's somehow only gotten worse.
Wait, excuse me, Hayden. $1 million football players who complained they had to run outside in the heat?
I swear to Christ.
I'm out of words, man. Like, you made it sound like you were trying to say something bad about Patricia, but God, man, I hate to, be like this, but a bunch of pansies, man. You guys are getting paid millions of dollars and you can't even run outside. I'd run outside for free. I'll do it right now.
It's like 100 degrees in Texas and Chance is like, bet.
Yeah. What the heck, man? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but go ahead. I love all this Detroit inside information you have for me.
It's so weird. It's because, like, I feel like Matt Patricia came over and, like, you got to remember, like, the former Detroit Lion head coach, I'm forgetting his name right now off the top of my head.
Caldwell.
Thank you, Jim Caldwell. He took the Lions to 2 postseasons in his time there, and his last season he was 9-7. So, like, it's not like the Lions were sucking up the joint. It's not like they were playing terrible football. They were doing okay for themselves. And his last season they went 9-7, and the ownership came out and said, this isn't good enough. Lions football is better than this. And they fired Caldwell. Well, since then, they've gone, like 6 wins, 4 wins, and it's been terrible, and nobody's happy. It's bad in Detroit right now. It's, like, real bad. Like, okay, here's the thing. Like, the biggest issue right now isn't even Patricia. It's just open debating on if Matthew Stafford wants to be traded. That's the biggest issue with the Lions right now. It's months long of things like, oh, Matthew is apparently unhappy. His wife apparently isn't happy here. Oh, they apparently want to move to L.A. Oh, they put their house up for sale. It's like all of this stuff has just been blab, blab, blab for months. And it's like, okay, so like people don't want the head coach here. He's not connecting with the players. There's talks that your franchise quarterback wants to be traded. The fans are screaming for your owner to sell the team. It's like literally that everything could go wrong is going wrong for the Lions right now.
The Fords are too proud of people to sell the Lions. So
exactly.
Just dismiss that. Everything possible. You might get Matt Patricia fired. But like you said, like I can't think of anything positive about this team. It just seems like it's a dumpster fire that keeps on getting worse, kind of like the Washington football franchise. But maybe not quite as toxic. Dude, I'm out of good things to say. I mean, the next team we're going to talk about, similar situation, but not quite as bad. But I don't have anything else to say about the Lions, bro, other than there's nothing to see here.
I can say something positive about the Lions. Before everybody got hurt last year, Matthew Stafford was on pace to throw like 38 touchdowns. Their offense was really chugging, but it sounds like they want to switch to more of like a running situation that they drafted DeAndre Swift in the first round to pair him with Kerryon Johnson. I think their offense has potential to be dangerous if everybody can stay healthy. They prove that with Kenny Golladay, who's a true number 1 wide receiver in my opinion. I can say all these positive things, but I still feel like this team's going to be like a 4 to 5 win team, and Matt Patricia's getting fired at the end of the year. That's my honest opinion about them.
Yeah, and you only know all those things because you live in Michigan.
Yeah.
Listen to Detroit Talk Radio, but everybody outside looking in, it's just like nobody's excited to watch the Detroit Lions, least of all the fans next year.
That's fair. I get that. That's fair. I get that, Lions fans.
You make it sound like I'm talking about your team. You don't like the Lions.
I know, but I have to go to work with these people, so I have to at least act interested in their lives. And like, okay, here's the thing. There's a guy up here named Mike Valeni who works for 97.1 The Ticket. He's like their big kind of shock jock. He said after a Lions loss on a Monday, he said cheering for the Lions is like sticking your ding-ding in a wood chipper. That's how people up here honestly feel about that team. And they do it willingly, people. It's bizarre.